Oscar Takes the Field by Michael J. Egbert. This book is dedicated to Kevin, who wanted a story of his own. Never give up on your dreams. Not many people love playing soccer as much as Oscar. No matter where he goes, you can count on him having a ball by his side. If he could, he would play all day long. Unfortunately for him, everything in his life seemed to get in his way. Whether it was school, chores, or working inside his dad's auto shop, everything seemed to be keeping him from playing his favorite sport. By far, the worst of these was the fact that he lived in the middle of the desert. Don't get me wrong, living in a desert isn't that bad. For 7 months of the year, it's pretty nice. However, with no access to continual water, the mayor told everyone in the city to stop wasting what they used. With no water, finding a field with grass on it was next to impossible. Of course, Oscar could play on dirt, but every time a tackle's made, it would hurt. Each pebble and rock would scratch his skin. Sadly, finding a field with grass isn't the only problem. Poor Oscar. His mom hated the idea of him playing in the hot sun, and it gets hot for 5 months. Whenever it reached 100, Oscar was forced to play inside. In the desert, the temperature reaches 100 a lot. Due to the heat, Oscar couldn't play outside until it was dark. His mom didn't like that either. In a big city like theirs, the thought of her son chasing a runaway ball into the street scared her more than anything else. Because of where he lived, Oscar couldn't play the sport he loved. All summer long, he was stuck inside or was forced to play next to their house. Still, Oscar was determined to find a way to play. Instead of giving up, he took his soccer ball to a nearby wall. He marked different spots on the fence, creating targets to aim at. After lining up his shot, he would strike the ball as hard as he could, pretending it was the game's final chance for a goal. With one swift kick, Oscar struck the ball off his right foot, sending it towards the wall. Without thinking it through, Oscar kicked it so hard that the ball shot back toward his head, striking him on the nose. The surprise return left him stunned for a minute or so. After gathering himself, Oscar looked the wall up and down, then saw it as a perfect sparring partner. Whenever it was too hot to play, Oscar snuck out of his house and used that wall to practice against. This went on for days. Those days turned into months, and those months turned to years. Pretty soon the secret was out. Anytime someone heard those thuds against the wall, they knew it was Oscar. It became so routine for him that everyone in the neighborhood knew where to find Oscar after school. All they had to do was follow the sound of those thuds. Finally, Oscar grew up. He was now in high school. It was his first chance to try out for a team. There couldn't have been a happier boy than him at this time. Although he was the youngest person to take the field, Oscar excelled past everyone else during tryouts. Since he practiced so hard and for so long, Oscar made his high school team. Knowing how much her son loved to play, his mother couldn't stop smiling, recalling those memories of her little boy kicking his ball against that wall. Rather than watching him play alone, she finally gets to see him play the sport he loves while making new friends.